Hey, man, we appreciate everybody for tapping into another episode of His Big Mouth TV / news, radio, podcast, all that in one. Y'all new to this channel, hit that like and that subscribe. We getting into it. All right, man, we double back, man. We got Mexico still on the list, man, but this time we got a story that you probably ain't heard of, man. We got this lady, a young woman from out of Love and Hip Hop, man, a chameleon, man. She said she was in Mexico taking a trip before the three Americans was already kidnapped from Mexico. She had already been robbed, and it looked like they was gonna try to kidnap her, but instead she was robbed for $1,500. She said she had more money than that on her, but she had that tucked, and they was trying to get more money from her and stuff like that. She said she was taking a trip. Like I say, be safe if you plan on going to Mexico, man. Like I said, Chameleon is from Love and Hip Hop, man. Like I said, her story is out on the internet right now. You know, like I said, this was before the four Americans was kidnapped and two of them was murdered, man. And sad story, man. Update on Mexico. It's a lot of stuff that's going on over in Mexico right now. So if you plan on going to Mexico, man, be safe. Like I said, these four Americans was kidnapped. Two of them made it out. Two of them died, man. But like I said, we'll keep y'all updated on Mexico. As we jump into this next story right here, we got no other than Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and Biggie Smalls. All right, man, this is the story of Snoop Dogg and Biggie Smalls' relationship, man. Before Biggie Smalls got killed, Snoop Dogg allegedly was saying him and Biggie was cool. They was partners. And that's how him and Pac ended up beefing with each other before Pac died. R.I.P. to Pac. And now we got this bodyguard is speaking out saying him, Biggie, and Snoop was never cool and stuff like that, man. You know, his name is Dean, man. He got his own show, the Dean TV talk show and stuff like that. But the Snoop Dogg and Biggie was cool. He said they wasn't, man. He said Snoop would put two on a 10 and stuff like that, man. I want y'all to check it out, man. Y'all hear from Dean himself, man. Check it out.
Snoop was saying that him and Big was, that's my boy, he this, that, and other. He got on the radio station and said that's my boy and everything like that. So, but from what I know, and this coming out of Big's mouth itself, I knew that was some Hoboken hustle shit. And if you know what the Hoboken hustle is, it's like you try to let her know that, you can't do something, but you're really great at it. Or you try to fool it out like, yo, I ain't really got nothing to do with it, but you got your hands all in it. So now, when we was out in California, that whole 2 weeks.
Y'all heard it from Dean himself, man. He said, Snoop and Biggie was never cool. He said Snoop was putting a 2 on a 10. He said Snoop used to call Biggie and try to get Biggie's information where he at and stuff like that. And it was allegedly that Biggie had Snoop and them van shot up in New York, man, and things like that, man. But it was crazy, man. But like I say, Snoop and them and Biggie, allegedly they wasn't as cool as Snoop say they were, allegedly, according to the bodyguard, man. But we'll keep y'all updated, man, on that. As we jump into this last story right here, we got no other than Blue Da Vinci and BMF, man. It's a whole bunch of rumors going around about Blue Da Vinci, man. I want y'all to check it out right here.
They not cooperating. Man, look, man. Me personally, I never seen no paperwork on Blue. And prison rule, if you don't have paperwork, really don't bring the shit to me. But it's a difference when I'm the paperwork. So I think Blue told. I know Blue told. He told me, he probably told him, you can't pick no motherfuckers who you gonna tell them. They're gonna ask you about the Blue. I guess ask you about whoever, whatever. And you're going to have to answer them questions about them. So, the reason that I felt, even the book had just came out when I was in prison. I read that whole book and I was like, God dang. Now my nephew.
Now we're going to hear Blue Da Vinci side. Check it out.
Vinci and Rat even come together in the same sentence. All right. It came from Big Meech. And actually go buy it and get that motherfucker. And I know how to open it up and get the money out. You feel me? So that's how I know all of us was feeling without even talking to the guys about it, right? So I'm in jail, bro, in Atlanta already. I'm already in jail. I'm finna go to my sentence, and I didn't sign my plea agreement and everything. I'm ready to go get my time. And I look up on the news one day in the day room, and they done found the limo. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like that night, information that has been given to the government without the paperwork to facilitate that. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just say, well, shit, this nigga, man, hold on. All of us was already locked up. The only other nigga that was strapped there was Blue. Be Blue. That don't work, my nigga. You can't consider yourself a boss and move like that and make decisions like that. Best friends and your little homie are being a rat, my nigga, and you ain't seen no paperwork.
Hey, y'all, that was Blue Da Vinci, man, from BMF, allegedly a member from BMF. But like he said, he was explaining his side and things like that, man. But we hope Blue Da Vinci, man, safe out there, man, and get everything straight. Like I said, up here, we don't believe in nothing until we see the paperwork, man. And like Blue Da Vinci say, man, you can't be putting stuff out there if it ain't no paperwork. That's all we got, man. Till next time. Big mouth.